and I want to take this opportunity of updating the public how we are moving on with the tourism. Definitely, we have been in a low season for some time from April, but now we are ending May. We are entering into the peak season, and we expect a lot of tourists in this area. And for us, what we have done, we have prepared all those who receive tourists in terms of visitors. And we have, for instance, prepared the guides. Yesterday we sent about 30 guides to go and train in Lake Mbulo in bird guiding, guiding in birds, so that they can refresh their minds on how best they can give the services. Next month we are also going through the hotels, so that we remind them on the best services they can offer to tourists, as we wait to get other services like the road, which is going to be launched the next week, so that the services are there as we wait for bigger and bigger growth in tourism industry.
So you said next week you are launching what?
There is a likelihood that the road of Mugahinga, Kisoro Mugahinga, is going to be launched on 13th, so that commencement of the road can start. Yeah. Time we add the trend, so with the marketing strategies that we have done as Uganda, the other time, I think last week, we had tourism, part of Africa Tourism Expo, and the indication is showing that we are going even to get more visitors from the people who were actually inquiring about Uganda, plus also the Endeavor marketing strategy which is being done in South Africa. So with all these marketing strategies in place, and the peace that is in Uganda, plus other services, we are optimistic that we are going to get a lot of visitors. Uganda's tourism is mainly nature-based, and for the case of this region, it's nature-based too. That is gorilla tourism, which is our flagship. Definitely many people come for gorilla tourism, but alongside the gorilla tourism, they also do other activities like boat riding, hiking, visiting communities, going for Batwa experiences, culture experience, and others. But the primary one is gorilla tourism, but accompanied with other activities.
There is one
under quality assurance, we are doing strengthening the capacity of all people in the industry. Like I told you yesterday, we trained guides, but guides we send them. Then also hotels are being classified. But what is going on now is we are registering and qualifying all the guides. They go under assessment and they are given a certificate. But this is not something that is not done at once. It is done in phases. There are those who have gotten their numbers, guiding numbers, and others being called to do for interviews so that they qualify for that.
There were some loopholes before.
Of global, which have totally reduced. We have now streamlined the guides. Guides are doing well. There are no theft cases because the cybercrime has come on, but we have also brought the security on board so that we work with them. The few cases are in hotels. We are managing. We hope not to get serious cases for this season.
In Kisoro, how
we have over 80 hotels, but very many more are coming on board. But we have also some tour operators. Mainly tour operators are from outside Kisoro, but in Kisoro we have about 3 who are doing the tour operating. But that sector is also growing of tour operators. Well, I cannot mention it because it is against the ethics to mention that hotel X, but hotels here we have 3 categories. We have high-end, we have mid-range, and budget. So most of those hotels which are near national parks are the ones that we call high-end, and you find they are in between 800, between 500 and 1,000 USD dollars. That is the category of high-end. We have also budget that is below that figure, the mid-range, which charges other figure, but also we have budget where you can find yourself sleeping at a cost of 150,000 or 200.
Hello,
The Batwa have actually been thought of by incorporating them into tourism. That's why we are having Batwa experiences in all tourism areas. When you go to Mugahinga, we have a Batwa trail. You go to Rushaga, we have created a Batwa. We are incorporating them. We go to Kanungu, the same. And therefore, we are seeing that since maybe they are not benefiting, now we are bringing them to be guides. Yesterday, among the people that went to Lake Mburo, we had 3 battle, and I can confess this.
Wow.
The challenges we have currently is infrastructure development, especially road accessibility to tourism areas. And these roads, we have promised that they are going to be worked on. And then definitely Uganda's country we have not marketed to our expectations. But with what is going on, the strategies that are being suggested, then we hope to reach there. But the key one is infrastructure and poor accessibility to tourism areas. Currently, the Gora permit in Uganda is 800 USD. Actually need to recommend to the public in general, those who are in tourism, kindly we request that you continue giving quality services. I have had a concern today that most of the hotels are dirty in Kisoro town. Unfortunately, my area of concentration has been outside the municipality, but I'm going to work out with the municipality so that we do inspections so that people get the quality services within these hotels. But also other people who are not in tourism, they can do tourism, they can do handcraft, on top of being other services, transport and so on. So tourism is a multiplier sector that where everyone at least can benefit when it's represents. I hope if we get this as one-stop center, very many enterprises will be developed under this information center. Well, definitely it needs a consolidated effort. We need to bring the health inspectors on board. We need to bring the sub-county authorities. So that we need to bring the environmentalists so that there is no littering along the road. And these are the strategies we want to implement so that when you're coming from Kanaba, immediately as you leave the forest, at least you know that when you want to do to throw away a bottle, you ensure that you throw it in a specific area. I want to wish all stakeholders tourism a happy season. We are going for a season. Let's prepare well. Let's build our Kisoro. Let's build our Uganda so that we benefit from this gold, green gold that God gave us. This is Green Mugahenga. Thank you.
Bohoma Road, the president directed that the road be made. Minister of Works and the UNRA, which was UNRA then, is now one ministry. But government planning follows every calendar year. Then we have also an issue of the local governments, both in Kanungu and in Kisoro. They all need the road and the community needs the road. This is 17-kilometer road. But for it to be made, we must have an environmental impact assessment. So if we want to bargain with people who want to make it, or our local people to make it, we have been required by NEMA, National Environmental Management Authority, to make sure that the road has a report of environmental impact assessment, which the consultants have agreed to make at the cost of 55 million. If we wait for 55 million to come from government, it might be another year. So we are going to consult with our friends. So I want to read the drive, get the 55 million, give it to the consultants, they make the report to NEMA, and the NEMA allows us to make the road. So that now people can have free movement between Kanungu and Kisoro to promote trade, security, tourism, and people will be happy.
And the issue
For Kisoro Airport or Kisoro Airstrip, many people have thought that maybe the president said the Kanungu should have the airport. It is because of a question of land in Kisoro. Government has identified and talked to the people who own land around their field. Government is now in negotiation with them, and they want to be compensated, and they give away. Even this hill which it breaks like the clearance between Muganza, that hill is going to be, they are going to deal with the owners and be reduced. Such now there is enough clearance. When you are coming from Chanika side, you can land on the airstrip. And that airfield is going to be at least 3 kilometers. Currently, it is 1.3 kilometers. So, but they want to make it sure at least is 2 kilometers and 800 meters. So that it can now have many flights from Kigali, from Goma, from Kampala. It can be an international flight. Instead of bringing only 11 people, now we are going to get flights which can bring about maybe about maybe 50, maybe even 100. And the advantage with that one is that the government is going also to establish an immigration point, so that in case someone has landed from Kigali and he has not passed from the border, so there will be an immigration to make sure that now those people who are crossing from Congo, if they land there and they want to come to the people, they have their passports stamped on. That's what we are working on as Kisoro people.
So another artistic competition, artistic that is going to...
Oh, of course, this is the promotion of tourism in Kisoro and at international level, because now people can fly from outside countries and they will be landing there. So it is not only the Hoima airport they are going to do, but even Kisoro. There is enough money because Kisoro is the most visited district in the whole country.
Thank you.
Yeah.